Fat Pappy's Cantina. You gotta eat here.
I'd also like to start with introducing and thanking actually our Mayor Mandy Martin, our Honorable MPP David Piccini, and our member from Alderville First Nation, Tom Smoke. Sorry, Tom. Tim Smoke, sorry. Sorry about that. Thank you. And I'd also like give thank you to OTF and their support that they've done to make us what we have today with the sports club. So as we gather, I would like to formally recognize the traditional keepers of this land, and specifically our neighbors of the Alderville First Nation, with a formal territorial acknowledgement. We respectively acknowledge that Cranby Township is located on the Mississauga and Anishinaabe territory and is the traditional territory of Mississauga. Cranby Township respectfully acknowledges that Mississauga nations are the collective stewards and caretakers of these lands and waters in perpetuity, and that they continue to maintain this responsibility to ensure the health and integrity for generations to come. And on that note, before we move forward to the ribbon cutting, I would like to ask Jeff Turney to come forward to speak to the project of the Castleton Sports Club. Jeff?
Kevin forgot to mention that Stacy is actually our vice president. We don't tell everybody that he is our vice president, but he is our vice president. So the nuts and bolts of this project was we had an existing canteen facility or canteen that was in dire need of upgrade. And it's something that we want to do for a very, very long time. So we had started some fundraising, and we had spoken with a few other individuals, and then a guy by the name of David Piccini got involved, and he basically pulled back the slingshot and shot us to a place where we've never been before. And with that, we had a project underway, and we were involved with COVID, and we had price increases, and there's many times where I just wanted to shoot myself. But then again, we just basically, roll up your sleeves and plow forward. So what you'll see behind the scenes is you'll see basically a commercial restaurant in Castleton. And we're very proud of it. In the very beginning stages, when we met with the township and told them what we wanted to do, Stacy, who's like a little kid, he got excited. He says, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to have a restaurant, we're going to have this thing open, it's going to take on the world, it's going to be Castleton's version of Las Vegas. And the municipal planner said, hold on a second, you can't do that. Stacy got sad, and I said, don't be sad, Stacy, we'll walk through this. And they said the property is zoned for recreational. Okay? Can't have a restaurant. Okay? So what can we do? We can have it open where there's events. So I said to Stacy, there's only one way we can do this. Castle Sports Club is going to be the best place ever. Yeah. So we're going to rock this place with events as much as possible. So even if I have to put on a helicopter pad for an event, I'll do it. Yeah. So once we got into this project, we were blessed with suppliers from Toronto, Quebec, all over the place. And the last little part of this project was to create an outdoor environment that we could use for hospitality, for sales meetings, training, you name it. We put in the audio system, and then behind me there's this TV. And the TV is a true outdoor TV, and it can be connected through laptop computers. It's Bluetooth compatible. We've got everything that you could ever ask for right here in Castleton. And when I looked around us, the county doesn't even have what we have. And nuts and bolts of it is we've got an awful great community to pull together to make this happen. And I can't say anything more about it other than thank you for being here. Thank you for the media for being with us through these times where we've got our outdoor rinks, and Pete, you've been a great guy to have along the way. Al, you can always forget people to thank. And during this, I was told to make sure you thank this person or make sure you thank that person. There's two characters that I'd like to thank, and they're back in 1930. These two guys had a bet. One of them was a retired baseball player from the Cleveland Indians who actually was here in Castleton. The bet was with another gentleman out of Baltimore. And the bet was that I could create a women's baseball team better in Castleton than Baltimore. And the guy from Castleton won. And that is essentially where the sports club started from, was back then. So the history runs deep. Okay? So I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I know it's Thanksgiving weekend, and we'll make it short. Thank you.
So, thank you everyone. Just moving forward, I would ask the Honorable David Piccini to come forward to say a few words.
Thanks, Kevin. It's great to be here with all of you today. This is an exciting day for our community. And, I mean, you heard the incredible people who've heard from them who've made this possible. And I can't understate the importance. I remember a few years back when I came, and you see on the pictures behind you, the state of the kitchen and what was going on here, but I knew there was something special. And you can have all the bricks and mortar that you want, but it's the people that bring it to life. And we're really blessed to have such an incredible community here. All of these men and women who volunteer their time, sweat equity to make this possible. This truly embodies the best of rural Ontario right here. It's not run by government, it's not run by a massive corporation, it's run by volunteers and the people to support youth in our community, to support sport, to stay active, the incredible trail system. I mean, this is everything that's good and the best of rural Ontario and Northumberland County. So I just want to say, on behalf of Premier Ford, this Resilient Communities Fund that we've tapped into to support the Fat Pappy's Canteen with $87,500. Jeff, I never knew you'd also get your picture on the logo. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, this is about keeping communities resilient, and this is going to be the hub. It is the hub, and will be the hub for generations to come, so that in many years from now, they'll look back, and just as you recounted that story from the 30s, they'll recount the moment that Fat Pappy's Cantina opened, that this opened its doors to our community, to sport, and to tournaments, and so much more. So again, on behalf of the Government of Ontario, thank you. Thank you to the volunteers and the team, and to all of you that make this community special. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, David. Mandy, would you be so kind to say a few words, if you could? Very small, that's perfect.
I don't know who's more excited, you folks or me, but I find this this place I love. I love everything about it, and you keep growing. Austin, you're growing like a weed. It's been just such a prideful thing. This is just the total example of who we are in Grammy and what we can do. Nobody tells us we can't do something. It gets done. I know that there are these people who have dug deep and long and hard and given up family hours, etc., all of you. It's just such a wonderful, wonderful experience. And I just want to dance. It's wonderful. And thank you to you all. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your support. And David, thank you for championing and understanding our enthusiasm.
Thank you, Mandy. Mayor Mandy Martin. I do want to say two quick things, and then we're going to move to our ceremonial ribbon cutting. But I do want to extend the thank you to OTF and their support and their guidance when our application was submitted. They've been phenomenal, and obviously nothing happens like this unless you have OTF, Ontario Trillium Funding. At this time, I would like Tim to come up. This is Tim Smoke. He's been so kind to come to us and honor us under this land of the First Nations. So, Tim, to you.
I'm just admiring this first. This is really cool to see. The story behind it is even cooler.
My brother.
Cool. So, Anin, Ishkadin, Dishnikas, Wapzeshin Dodem, Penadashin Skodi Edward, Alderville and Domjuba. I'm just 20 minutes up the road, that's where I'm from, but I was eager to say yes when they ask me to come do this, because this is also like where my sons learned how to skate, to be honest. So being able to come and do this, it's really beautiful to see something like this, right? So like when we talk, and that's the theme of community, and like as this morning I was like getting myself ready. The one thing I wanted to kind of bring into this space was for Anishinaabe, we have this phrase called Kijay Ozuma. But it simply means the way we go outside of ourselves to take care of each other. So some people say that as kindness, but it's also the way people work as helpers in community. How they selflessly do things because they see the betterment for others. So it's really cool to see something like this. So what we do is yearly, it doesn't matter if it's our homes or a space like this, we honor it. We acknowledge that essence. So that's one thing that I was really, pleased to see that it's being asked to be done in this way. Is that we acknowledge that space. So miigwech, and I lit a smudge here just to the left. I'm gonna walk through with it. I'm gonna walk through with that medicine and ensure that all that good energy that's put into this space, it maintains through here. So every time you come here, you'll feel it. So just on that, yeah, miigwech, and thank you. Thank you for the ice cream.
Thank you, Tim. Before we start, so Tim, you're going to go through with the smudging? Yeah. Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, definitely. Just as while Tim's preparing that, I do want to say one more thanks, and that's to all of the long-standing community families that have started this project from years gone by. I'm not going to go into saying families, but everybody will know all the families that have been in this community for a long time, for generations. And it's those families and their families before that started this and have kept it ongoing. And for the new generations coming on and the new families that have come in since the school has been here, it's been great to have, and we hope to keep this going for many years to come. So thank you again. Yep.
Use the same ribbon here in Castleton for our ice. The two young lads that we've got here are very special to Stacy and I because they're always bugging us. The young lad on the right, he sends us a card annually and tells us how great our ice is. And today's the day that I'm going to tell Mason that all we need is cold and water, Mason, to make ice. And the other fella, he's here all the time. And as soon as he eats his breakfast when he's coming down the hill in the wintertime to go out and skate. And then his mom picks him up at lunch and he's right back here in his pajamas still to skate again. And then he eats his dinner here. So I couldn't think of any two more deserving individuals to have cut the ribbon here for Fat Pappies at the sports fields. Okay, so on the count of three, Mandy, David, boys, you'll cut the ribbon. 1, 2, 3! Hey!
Please know there's fries, ice cream.